On October 27, 2009, up-and-coming Canadian folk singer Taylor Mitchell was hiking by herself in Cape Breton Highlands National Park in Nova Scotia, Canada, when she was viciously attacked and killed by a pack of eastern coyotes while walking the park's Skyline Trail. Mitchell had been taken to the hospital, but she later died from her extensive injuries and blood loss. Taylor Mitchell was 19 when she died. Her attack was the first ever recorded attack on a human adult and the first time an individual was killed by a coyote in Canada. The incident shocked and forced scientists to re-examine the predatory nature of coyotes and their relationships with humans. This is the truly unlucky and bizarre story of Taylor Mitchell. Taylor Mitchell was born as Taylor Josephine Stephanie Lucille in the Roncesvalles neighborhood of Toronto, Canada, on August 27, 1990, to parents Emily and Ray Lucille. Taylor was musically inclined from an early age, and her parents prepared her for the music industry. She took an interest in performing and singing in her teenage years. In the mid-2000s, she graduated from the Etobicoke School of Arts in Etobicoke, Canada, with a degree in musical theater. In 2006, Mitchell met Susie Vinnick, a well-known Canadian singer who was immediately impressed by Mitchell's eclectic range of musical talents, from folk to rock music. 2007 would be a big year for Taylor, as she went to a youth mentor camp and met singer Lynn Miles. Miles was so impressed that the two co-wrote a song, Right Into the Sunset, which would only be added to her first and only debut album called For Your Consideration. In 2008, Mitchell recorded the songs Diamond in the Dust and Love and Maple Syrup. She was loved for her maturity, commanding stage presence, and vast lyrical and melodic depth. She was known to be an environmentalist and loved being in nature. In 2009, she performed at the Ottawa Folk Festival, and she was also a performer at the Winnipeg Folk Festival. One of Mitchell's acquaintances, Justin Rutledge, noted, "She didn't provide answers, as so many of her age tried to do. She asked questions." Eric Thum, a writer for the Canadian music and entertainment publisher Exclaim, described Mitchell as definitely old school and someone of a completely different generation. Mitchell released her album For Your Consideration in March of 2009. To further promote her new album, she embarked on a cross-country tour of the Canadian Maritimes. The Canadian Maritimes are a portion of eastern coastal Canada, which included New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island. Cape Breton Highlands National Park is a natural park located on Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia. Covering over 366 square miles, the park has a variety of scenic attractions such as valleys, hills, mountains, and rocky coastlines. Animal life includes foxes, bears, deer, beaver, muskrat, and coyote. Marine animals such as whales can also be seen from the shoreline. Given its stunning beauty, the park is a frequent tourist destination. On October 27, 2009, Taylor Mitchell was alone hiking in the park. She had decided to relax before her album tour, and she had also been excited due to the fact that she had just bought a new car. She was hiking on one of several trails in the park called the Skyline Trail. Mitchell had passed a middle-aged American couple along her path. At some point in the hike, Taylor had then decided to walk back to her car, and it's believed that she was attempting to evade a pair of coyotes. The American couple would later state that they encountered a pair of coyotes walking in their opposite direction. When the couple returned to their car, they reported hearing screams from the woods. Upon returning to the trail, they found bloody clothes, Taylor's car keys, and a pocket knife. They also found a large pool of blood. They also found blood on a public washroom near a clearing in the trail. Taylor Mitchell's body was found nearby with a coyote standing over it. The couple and a Royal Canadian Mounted Police officer were able to scare off the coyote, but it remained nearby, snarling, unafraid, and circling the four individuals. Despite receiving extensive bite wounds to her legs and head, she was still alive and taken to a hospital in the small town of Shetcamp, Nova Scotia. From there, she was then airlifted to Queen Elizabeth II Health Science Center in Halifax, Nova Scotia in critical condition, but Taylor died due to massive blood loss. Taylor Mitchell was 19 years old when she was killed. The police officer recounted the coyote shot and killed the animal. Taylor's death at the hands of a coyote was a major shock to the scientific and animal community. Up until Taylor's death, there has never been an attack from a coyote on a human. Various theories on why the attack happened were put forward, including a more aggressive hybrid species of coyote, to Mitchell even provoking the animals. All these theories prove inconclusive, and it's believed that the attack was a freak incident. Fearing that the anger from Taylor's death would cause people to hate and murder coyotes, Mitchell's mother, Emily Mitchell, stated, "When the decision was made to kill the pack of coyotes, I heard Taylor's voice say, 'Please don't. This is their space.' She wouldn't have wanted their demise, especially as a result of her own. We take a calculated risk when spending time in nature's fold. It's the wildlife's terrain." Following the death of her daughter, Emily Mitchell created the Taylor Mitchell Legacy Trust, which creates outreach for youth through music and entertainment. The foundation also emphasizes environmental protection and understanding interactions between humans and the natural world.